Marcus Hayes had seen worse storms during his years as a Navy SEAL, but retirement had softened him just enough to appreciate the danger of this one. The snow fell thick and fast as he drove his old Ford pickup down the mountain road, his German Shepherd Duke sitting alert in the passenger seat. That's when he saw them. A maroon truck sat motionless on the shoulder, hazard lights blinking weakly through the white curtain of snow. A woman stood beside it, holding an infant wrapped in blankets. For girls huddled close to her, their faces buried against her coat. Marcus pulled over without thinking. It was instinct, the same one that had kept his unit alive overseas. He stepped out into the biting wind, Duke following close behind. "Ma'am," he called out, his voice cut into the storm. "You need help?" The woman turned. Her name was Sarah Mitchell, though he wouldn't learn that until later. Her eyes showed exhaustion and fear, but also a fierce protectiveness. "The truck died," she said, her voice shaking from cold and something deeper. "I don't know what happened." Marcus looked at the children. The oldest couldn't have been more than 10, the youngest just weeks old. Their lips were turning blue. "How long have you been out here?" "Maybe 20 minutes, Sarah said. "I tried calling for help, but there's no signal." Marcus made his decision in seconds. "Come with me," he said firmly. "All of you right now?" Sarah hesitated. Marcus understood. A strange man in military camouflage, offering help in the middle of nowhere. But hypothermia doesn't care about caution. "I'm Marcus Hayes," he said, softening his tone. "I live 10 minutes up the road. I have a fireplace and hot coffee. You can't stay out here." Something in his eyes must have convinced her. Maybe it was the gray in his beard, the steadiness in his voice, or simply the lack of options. "Okay," she whispered. Marcus helped the girls into his truck first. They were named Emma, Lily, Grace, and Sophie. He'd learn their names soon enough. Duke immediately curled up near them, his body heat a small mercy. Sarah climbed in last, clutching the baby. Marcus cranked the heat to maximum and started driving. "Thank you," Sarah said quietly. "Don't thank me yet," Marcus replied. "Let's get you warm first." The drive felt longer than 10 minutes. Sarah explained in short bursts between shivering. Her husband had been a Marine. He died 2 years ago in a training accident. She was driving home from her sister's place when the storm hit harder than forecasted. The truck just quit. Marcus listened without interrupting. He recognized the weight in her voice, the kind that came from carrying too much for too long. His cabin appeared through the snow like a refuge. It was small but solid, built with his own hands after he'd left the service. He needed a project, something to focus on when the nightmares got bad. "Everybody inside," he said, parking close to the door. The cabin was warm. Marcus got the fire roaring, while Sarah settled the children. He brought blankets, made hot chocolate for the girls, and tea for Sarah. Duke lay near the fireplace, letting the youngest girls pet him. "You're very kind," Sarah said, finally able to speak without shivering. Marcus shook his head. "I just did what anyone should do." "Not everyone would," she said softly. They talked as the storm raged outside. Marcus learned about her struggles. The insurance money was running out. She worked 2 jobs, but it was never quite enough. The truck breaking down felt like the final straw. "I'm so tired," she admitted. "I keep trying to be strong for them, but I don't know how much longer I can do this." Marcus poured her more tea. "You know what I learned in the service," he said slowly. "Strength isn't about never breaking. It's about getting back up after you do." "I've been getting back up for 2 years," Sarah said, tears finally coming. "I'm running out of strength." "Then maybe it's time to let someone help carry the load," Marcus said. He didn't plan what happened next. The words just came. "There's a mechanic in town. Name's Bill Watson. He owes me a favor. I'll have him tow your truck and fix it, no charge." "I can't accept that," Sarah protested. You're not accepting anything, Marcus said. I'm calling it a debt. That's different. Sarah looked at him for a long moment. Why are you doing this? Marcus glanced at the girls, now sleeping peacefully near the fire. Because your husband was a Marine, he said. Because you're out here fighting a battle alone. Because I can help, and that's reason enough. The storm passed by morning. True to his word, Marcus called Bill. The truck had a dead alternator. Bill had it running by afternoon. But something had shifted in those hours at the cabin. Marcus saw something in Sarah and her girls that reminded him what he'd been fighting for all those years. Purpose. When Sarah tried to pay for the repairs, Bill just smiled. It's handled, he said. As Sarah loaded her girls back into the truck, Marcus handed her a piece of paper. That's my number, he said. If you need anything, if the truck acts up, if you just need someone to talk to. Sarah took it, tears in her eyes again. I don't know how to thank you. You already did, Marcus said. You trusted a stranger when you had every reason not to. That takes courage. Sarah drove away, but it wasn't the end. Over the following months, Marcus became a fixture in their lives. He fixed things around their house. He taught Emma how to change a tire. He showed up with groceries when he knew money was tight. He never made it feel like charity. It was just what neighbors did. He'd say, just what people should do for each other. Years later, at Sophie's high school graduation, Sarah would pull Marcus aside. You know you saved us that day, she'd say. Marcus would shake his head. I just got you out of the storm. No, Sarah would insist. You reminded me that there are still good people in the world. You gave me hope when I had none left. Marcus would smile, that same quiet smile he'd given in the cabin. Then maybe we save each other, he'd say, because that's what he'd learned in all his years. That sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply say to someone who's struggling, come with me, and mean it. If this story touched your heart, please share, and subscribe for more stories about everyday heroes and unexpected kindness. Leave a comment below about a time someone helped you when you needed it most. Your story might inspire someone else today. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double-check responses. Sonnet 4.5.